so well.
What's up, boys and girls? I wanted to jump on here and do a trade review. I haven't done one of these in forever. Feels like, anyways, I haven't had a trade worth talking about since I've been doing options for the past, like, what, month and a half, almost 2 months now. Um, this was a good win for me today. I've had a couple red days in a row, so nothing too crazy as far as red goes, but I've had a couple bad losses last week that just kind of hit me in the confidence, so I wanted to jump on and show up a good win and put this in, my playbook and put this in, put this out there. Because I know some of you guys have asked me about, um, as far as like the setup I'm playing. I've explained it to some of you guys. I've even shared some content with you guys in regards to this type of setup that I'm playing. Um, but I wanted to show you guys how this thing worked out and what I saw on it and why I took it. Um, so first thing first, today it's Spy. Played Spy today. Took options on it. Played zero DTAs. Um, I was really looking to catch a move along a trend, so I wanted to ride the trend up, write it down. Either one. Let me get this off my screen here and put my main. There we go. I wanted to ride the trend in either direction. I didn't care which way it was going to go. Um, but I wanted to catch the move one way or the other. So coming into this morning, what's been chopping me up has been trying to get in front of or chase the move, and it's just not been great for me, and it's affected my P&L. So today, coming to the market and to the screens, I was telling myself I'm just gonna chill, wait for the trade to show itself and make an appearance, and then when the time comes, take it. If it appears, great. If it doesn't, not a bad idea to not take a trade today because of the way I've been trading. So I was just gonna wait for the trade to present itself. So looking at Spy, it's been my main focus for the last 2 weeks now. Um, and knowing what happened yesterday, I believe yesterday we had a sell off pretty much all day fade yesterday, or all day trend, downward trend. Um, so I was kind of looking to see if it was going to continue that way or not. Had a little pop it opened, and had a little flush down, and then surprisingly it bounced off of right around yesterday's lows, I believe. Yesterday's lows or pre-market. I can't remember what level this is right here, but anyways, we kind of thought, hey, maybe it's gonna be a trend day to the upside, because I had this choppy shit in the morning, had a dump, and then kind of busted through. I have this downtrend line from yesterday's pre-market, I believe, so I don't really pay attention to this one. And I don't know what the hell happened to this candle. I don't know if this is real or not, but um, I didn't want to guess that this. Okay, today's trend is going to be upward, even though it's a great trend in this whole move up. Um, I didn't trade it the first 15 minutes of the day, so that would have probably put me on down around here. If I had done that, my guess would have been short all day because you can see the bear flag that formed right here, um, which basically would have put me in down here, and I probably would have, you know, ate shit. I think I actually even did. I think I took a trade down here with small size and cut it really quick. Um, but I wanted to catch the backside of this move or find an entry along this if we are going to trend upward all day. So what I saw on this was, um, I'm playing the eight, not the eight. Well, I play the 8 and 200 still, but I also play the 20 and the 200 on different time frames. So this is our 1 minute chart that we're looking at here. I have this chart off to my side, kind of the corner of my eye. And then I have on my main right here is usually a contract chart. So depending on what contracts I'm looking at, this is usually kind of where I'm at. But I'm looking at the 3 minute chart and the 10 minute chart. So what I saw was on this is if you guys haven't seen the video I'm referring to, the 200 or the 20 to 200, I can send it to you. Just shoot me with the DM or whatever, and I'll send it to you guys. But some of you guys have seen it. Basically, it's the 20 is the trend line. Usually, if it falls above it, up to the 200, which this is not. 200 is the purple line. This is above trend on the 1 minute, and it's above the trend, above the 200 on the 5 minute or the 3 minute, but below it on the 10 minute. Um, Typically, this move is you follow the trend is your friend, right? The trend here is on the 3 minute. It is riding the 8 EMA as well as staying above the 20. The 20, which is the yellow, is above the 200, the purple, on the 3 minute, right? I'm not interested in this because I've already missed the boat on this move right here. I could have jumped in a couple times, but I just wasn't mentally ready for it, and I missed my shot on riding that trend upward. So I was perfectly fine just trying to find an entry either to continue trend or um, slap it to the downside. And ultimately, what happened was the downside move made an appearance for me. So the 20 being that that is the move is the trend, right? I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit. I'm now looking at my 10-minute chart, kind of seeing this whole move right here is it's pretty extended from the 20 um, as it is right now, and it was coming up to the 200 on the 10-minute, right? So when you watch this video that I'm talking about, it goes into depth and explanation of that if we're in a kind of in a no man's land slash what's the word I'm looking for here, chop kind of day, sideways action kind of day. Um, Usually the 200 will either be above and the move will be going to the downside pretty much all day, either below the 20, or we could be in a chop day, which would be we'd be trading between the 20 and the 200, which I felt up until this point could be the move of the day, right? I think we kind of established that we thought it might have been a trend day upward, but it still hadn't broken that 200 yet. So my thesis in this was like, if it's going to reject anywhere on the 10 minute, it's going to reject this 200 here on the 10-minute chart. So I got really eager to jump in. I could have played this long, could have played this short, trying to figure out where my entry was, but the idea in my head was that it's going to be a short, so let's just try the idea of taking this thing short, because in my mind I was ready not to like slam anything today. So what happened is it did climb up, didn't tap the 200, but it got pretty damn close to it. Um, and it kind of set up this little bar here. You can see the arrow's my entry right here, right where I got in around there. So I'll move that out of the way for a second. Um, this could potentially have set up a 3 bar to the upside and breaking through that 200. So I didn't slam it right then and there. Looking at the 3 minute chart, right? I'm looking at all these charts at the same time. Even the 1 minute chart. I'll show you. You can see the 1 minute chart as well. But looking at the 3 minute chart, it's riding this 8 EMA, right? And I've explained this a little bit in the past myself, is that usually the signal for me to go long or short is when the 8 EMA crosses the 20, either to the upside or the downside. If it's going to cross to the downside, if it's had this move already, this extension, you can see this gap between here, so it's extended from the 20. Usually if it crosses here, that's my signal to go short. And pay attention to, like, what the charts are saying, or what the time and sales are saying. I'm not really using time and sales or the level 2 when it comes to options right now. It's just that's a lot to focus on, so I'm just kind of playing the chart and playing the EMAs. But this is usually my signal, is when this move kind of happens here. So if it comes down and it breaks the 20 on the 1 or the 3 minute in this case, that's my signal to go short. And seeing how this 3 bar was kind of setting up, it had this pop. I was still really getting ready to take it off of this candle, if it was going to go long or short. Thankfully, it went short and it stuck to my plan, or it followed my plan, my thesis, anyways. I got in on this candlestick right here, which is, I think I got in at 7:58 my time, which is would be somewhere in this candle right here. Ultimately, what happened was I saw this rejection here, and I got in with the tight stop, thinking that this was gonna make this move ideally. And what I saw was, I'm gonna bring up another chart really quick. Was I saw this kind of setup coming up here too. I'm gonna pop this thing up here. I saw this move kind of playing out, happening. I didn't post this because I just wanted to kind of have this idea in my head that if I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's whatever. But I just kind of kept this in my back pocket, looking for this kind of, you know, head and shoulders kind of look move to it. So where is the pinnacle or peak of this head and shoulders? It's this level here that's rejected twice. Let's see here. That's rejected twice. Once here, actually a couple times here. One, two, three, four, five times, pretty much. I consider that a double top for this move I'm looking for. So I took that as a as my signal. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Let me see if you. Oh, don't want to open that. Cancel. Mm, there. Nope, that's not it either. Anyways, I'm hoping you guys can see this. There's a double top there. I'm using my top monitor, so I can't tell if it's on fucking OBS or on the screen or not. But this is the move I was looking for. And to top ticket or get close to it was you can see the 8 is getting really close to the 20 on that thing. And that's my signal. So, close my OBS. Nope, I did not. Minimized it. So I wanted to ultimately get in on this cross here, this 8 to 20 cross, and then if it bounces, it bounces. I have a tight stop. If not, then I let this thing ride because that for me that's a signal for a downtrend. And sure enough, that's what happened. So let me take this off my screen here. Um, the 8's not on this chart, but it is on my chart off to my side here. So I got in kind of around here. I said 7:58. My time is 10:58 right here. So I got in on this little flush candle right here, um, which you could look up yourself on TOS and my the TOS. You can see the AEMA is crossing there. Um, and on the 3-minute chart, you can see that it is breaking this AEMA to the 20 on the 5-minute, right? It rejected off this, or got close to rejection off the 200 on the 10-minute. So this is all things that are lined up. So we're talking about confluence here. So confluence, I have confluence on the 1, I have confluence on the 3, confluence on the 5 a little bit. I haven't even talked about the 5, but ultimately I'm trading the 10-minute chart, and the rejection or rejection area on the 10-minute chart is that 200. So everything is stacking up for like we're gonna see a reversal on this thing here, and the fact that this thing um, broke this was getting ready to break this 200 on the 3-minute chart. Or no, I'm sorry, not 200. The 20 EMA on the 10-minute chart. 20 EMA on the 3-minute chart is what I mean to say. Usually when that happens, that's a sign that if we're trading underneath it, we're setting a new trend and we're gonna go downward. So seeing that all those things were lining up that way I wanted to, I decided to take a short position in this. I believe I took 378s, 378s or 379s. I can't remember which one I took. I'm pretty sure. Thinking about now, I think it might have been 379. Because I'm pretty sure I was in the money when I got out my last contract. Um, and sure enough, you can see what's happening here on the 1. I don't really care to explain too much more about the 1 because you can see it's under the 20 and it just falls down. What's important here is that for me and this setup and the way I'm trying to play this thing, again, my main focus is the 10-minute chart. And I'm using everything to coincide and have confidence in this move. But instead of looking at the 1, I'm trying to get away from looking at the 1-minute chart to trade. I'm looking at this 3-minute here. And the trend is once it crosses the 8 crosses the 20, and it's trading under the 20, that is for me a signal to the downside. If we're in a kind of in a downward trend. So I just trusted my gut and fell in love with this trade right here, and decided that this is the best entry for me. I probably could have topped it a little bit more, but it is what it is. Happy with this trade. Basically, what happened, my exit was I scaled a little bit. I'll explain where I scaled here in a minute. and kind of what I saw in this downtrend. What's important for me in this trade, especially doing options, is I'm using a whole different platform. Hotkeys are different for me on this platform. I don't have them dialed in the way I want to have them dialed in. You guys know I've been using DAS for a little bit, so and then trading options is completely new to me. So I'm trying to find the most stress-free trades I can now, and just let these things ride and not have to stress over scalps or whatever. Um, and this 2200 setup I'm playing lately is the move that it's making a lot of. So, or it gives me the most stress-free trades. So, um, this was the one trade that I felt like I needed to hit today. After the trade was over, I kind of realized, I should have put some more size on, but I'm also trading kind of gun shy because the way I've been trading the last couple days. So, didn't take full size on it, but I took a good entry position. Worked on scales. I think I hit like 100 or almost 200% on my, like by the time I got out, I was like at 200%. So I'm happy on it. I hit my goal in the day mostly because of this trade. I traded this thing twice today. I'll go over the other one in a minute. But what I want to get across is the setup I've been playing on days that are either trend days or chop days, right? So trend days, um, again, I'll send you the video if you want it. You guys just hit me up, and I'm not gonna post it because I pay for this video, and it's I don't want to share it, and just blow it up. But if you're not interested, then it's whatever. You can think of, not have to worry about it. But if you are interested in it, I'll send it to you if I haven't already. But that video explains this move pretty well, and has given me confidence in taking it. I've even seen it during my paper trading journey that I've been doing over the last like month before I start taking real money. So really confident in the move. My scales. Let's see here if I even have it up here. All right, I'm back. I had to change some settings on here. Obviously, you can see what I changed here because I'm doing this in coincide with the 1 minute chart. Like I said, I'm doing all this on all these charts here. So, but I use Thinkorswim for like my drawing and shit on here. So, it's off to my right or my left right here. So I'm gonna look over here and kind of explain a little bit what I saw. So, um, again, my entry was based on the 8 crossing the 20. As you can see, the 8 is the green, yellow is the 20. This is what's giving me confidence in this move, as well as seeing all the shit I just explained. So, it had to move to the upside, reject off this level here, and start to flush through. And um, this is where I got my entry, was this candle right here, the 8 crossing the 20 to the downside, right? Um, we have this potential bounce on this pivot right here at 381.36, which is, I'm aware of that could happen. But if you look on the other time frames, it's kind of in no man's land, especially in the 3 minute chart. It's kind of floating in between the EMAs right there. Um, so, I could risk this area as a potential bounce spot, but I had confidence in this move because it was overextended on the 3 minute chart as well. So I just kind of let it do its thing with my hand on the trigger, obviously. Um, and ultimately we got the move right. So it's under the 20 EMA on the 1 minute chart. You can see it tapped it once, try it again, rejected off it, flushed down. We have this 380. I think we had 381 as a level as well. Yeah, 381 was a level today. I have this 380.95 from somewhere, but we had like a whole zone there from that area to 381 that it was kind of playing around in. So um, I knew that this was going to be a key level to break right here. 381, 380.95, whatever zone you want to call it. So, being that we're in a downward trend, it is below the 20 on all time frames except for the 10-minute chart. I had confidence this thing was going to flush down and just keep going. There's nothing really supporting it up other than VWAP, which wasn't even here at the time being. I don't believe. The only thing that was there was Orb. And Orbs, we all know Orb's gonna react somewhere around Orb down here. Um, so I was like, let's just ride this bitch down to Orb as much as we can, and if it's gonna bounce, we'll take I'm gonna take profits. I'm gonna take some out. I'm gonna scale some. Um, but it did this flush here, this flush move here. So I believe I took some uh, right off this bounce right here, just because it's orb and I knew that I was going to have some type of move here. I think I took it on the bounce. I thought, it got kind of cocky and thought maybe it was going to break through just flush, but it didn't. So I took some off there. Uh, Again, watching for it to respond off of the EMAs. We know that shit responds off the 8 EMA, and I'm trying to prove the point that shit bounces off the 20. So I have two zones where I could potentially stop out on this. Uh, is it going to reject off the 8, or is it going to reject off the 20? If it breaks through both of them, then I'm cutting it, and I'm happy with my trade. Um, but the ultimate goal was to break through orb, because it never really, it had this little test of orb down here, um, but it never really broke through orb like the way I kind of anticipated it to do. So I was anticipating this move to really bust through at some point, and everything is showing me that it's gonna bust through. It had the taps of the 8, it's still under the 20. If you look at the 3-minute chart, same deal, it's still under the 20. It's under the 8 as well. I just have all the confidence in the world this thing is gonna break, and it did. And then we get down here. I think I scaled another one down here, somewhere in this zone, in this area, this little chop here. I might even be on this candle because I didn't like the way this candle responded. The volume's not that crazy on it, but I didn't like the way this thing came in. Um, but I had this line. I think I drew this line here after this candle, I believe, because I was still looking for the rejection off the 8. Again, my stop on this whole trade is if this thing breaks above the 20 again, to the upside on the 1 and on the 3. Um, but it wasn't doing that, so I just drew this little pivot area right here, and waited for this thing to to do its thing. And then I drew this uptrend right here. So this whole Zorro looking fucking thing wasn't here, but it was just like this descending triangle, or yeah, ascending triangle, flat top break that I was looking for. Is either going to break through or it's going to flush, and it fucking flushed. It's still underneath the 8 EMA. It still hasn't popped the 20 yet. We're below orb. What's going to hold this thing up as far as where levels are on today? And it was low of day pre-market. Looks like pre-market low of day. It's some pre-market. This line right here, I can't remember what line this is. Either pre-market yesterday or yesterday's close. Um, but it was a target in mind. So uh, I'm up like 230% on this fucking trade at this point. I only have like 2 contracts left, so I took it off and let this thing just do its thing. So in my mind, perfect trade. I'm fucking ecstatic about this trade because I stuck to my plan. I wrote everything down the way I want it to go. All the time frames matched up, as far as like the 1 minute, the 3 minute, the 10 minute. I don't even look at the hourly anymore. Right? I can't. I feel like I can't play hourly setups with options. I don't have the patience, nor do I have the confidence in it yet. So I don't even bother looking at the hourly, as far as trading the hourly goes. But this trade here was one I'm happy with. And then I got into it again later in the day on the downside flip. Same thing. I'm not going to bring up my Weeble because it's just going to be a waste of time if I do that. But um, I had 380s in mind, going short off of. You guys can kind of see it. So thinking of this trade, kind of the same idea. I sold off way a long time in the morning, my morning. I just was waiting for the next setup to come through. We had this pennant kind of forming here. I'll get rid of this line here. This one broke down trend on its climb up. Respected the 200 on the 1. That's another thing I'm looking at these days, is how it respects the 1. The 200 on the 1. And it broke through, came down, kind of floated around it, broke through it again, and then started bouncing off of it. So I'm going to delete that line there. And then it set up this other downtrend I have here, making this pennant kind of formation here, breaking these levels, key levels here, broke through the downtrend and kind of came up. And then, what's on my mind is, these previous areas where I went short, how's it going to respond? Is it going to fucking break these levels and flip to the long, or is it, going to keep trading? If you look at the 10-minute chart, which I'll pull up again. We want that one up there. Don't need TOS. If you look at the 10-minute chart, it's rejecting off the 200 again, right? 200 is purple line. Pretty sure it's the same time. Yeah, 11:40. Nope. What time is this? This is 10:40. Yeah, about 10:40. Um, it rejected it again. So you know, go back and look at it again. Let's see if I can look at it on the 3-minute chart where I got into it. Yep, there it is. You can see on the 3-minute chart, see how tight these EMAs are getting. There's no real move to upside or downside, but it's getting really tight. The 8 is above the 20 at some point, and it gets super micro tight right here. To me, this is a signal it's going to flush again. It's already got the 200 signal, the 10-minute signal on the 200. Off the 200, it's got this on the 3-minute. The 1-minute chart, it's at near around previous highs of the day. Um, and look at the 1-minute chart. The 1-minute chart is showing the same fucking thing. Let's see. The 1-minute chart EMAs. Look at all the chop ruts right there. Oh, sorry. Bring that up again. Look at all the chop that is right here in this area. Let's see if I can zoom in more. I'm doing this like a fucking idiot. Whoop. Look at all this chop right here. It's not bouncing up. It's staying around this previous. I don't even know what level this is from where I got this from, but um, it's responding to it. So it hasn't broken up, and the EMAs are getting really tight on all time frames except for the 10-minute chart. The 10-minute chart again, rejection is the 200. So I'm confident this thing is going to flush down again. Now that I already hit the big trade today in the morning, I'm looking at levels of where it could bounce from and where I can target. And ultimately, my target was the 200 because it had respected the 200 in a couple areas, right? Uh, After it broke, here's one. We can fucking highlight them if we want. There's one here, one area there. Got close to it right here. I'm not going to count that one. But you can see it's bounced off it 3 times or got damn near close to it. So why not? Like why not target the 200? If anything, it's gonna get there and bounce off, or it's gonna fucking flush right through it. And I bought 380s up here, kind of early. I bought them around 11:18 my time, so I had to wait a while. I got them. Let's see. I got it on this candle. Yeah, I got on this candle right here off this kind of bear flag look that I saw it putting in. And I had to ride this bitch down all the way for a while. So uh, it was a stress-free trade because I had my targets in mind. I had my EMAs that I'm trading off of. All my time frames are telling me this thing's going to go short. I'll even bring that up again on Webull. You can see that, if I'm going to target an area, it's going to be the 200 on the one, or it's going to be the 20 EMA. That's going to be on the 10-minute chart. So 2 areas where I had in mind where I can stop out ultimately and sell my contracts. Long story short, I wrote this bitch down again to in the money 380 something. I don't remember what it was. Um, Overall, 2 trades I'm really proud of. And I know I'm yammering on about all this EMA shit, but I got this idea from the videos I've been watching and the videos I'm willing to share with people as long as you hit me up and ask for them. Um, I've seen this thing work for like a month straight. Depending on what day we're in, we can either play the chop, we can play in between what's been called no man's land between the 20 EMA and the 200 EMA on the 3-minute and on the 10-minute, or we can play the trends with the upside downside and play above or below the EMA. So um, there's everyone approaches things different. This is just the way I've been doing it. Not to say that this thing is perfect, but I play this thing pretty damn close to the chest lately, and it's been working a lot. And even if you look at Tesla today, um, God, fucking Weeble, man. Tesla. This is this is the 1 minute chart on Tesla, right? I'll even pull it up on the 3 minute and then the 10 minute. Let's go right here. Let's go zoom in and we'll zoom out here. And the 1 minute, right? So we're looking at Tesla, right? I had no eyes on this at all, and I should have because we knew Tesla was like in a downtrend. Um, but look, I mean, it rejects off the 200 on the one, uh, gets to the 20, and starts selling off and gets below the 20. 65 EMA is also known as the pink one. I don't talk much about that one. Ivan's been kind of schooling us on that one, so um, you guys take that for with a grain of salt if you want, but I keep that on there. So just kind of keeping in mind, like if it's gonna reject or break through, it's gonna have to break through the 20 and break through the 200 to give me an idea to go long, and it's not giving me any of that. And the 65's there, and it's like rejecting off the 65 area. I'm not gonna go long on this whatsoever. So it rode under the 20 on the one pretty much damn near all day, and got down here again, rejected off the 65, started getting tighter and tighter and tighter with the 200, and then had that massive sell-off at the end of the day. So um, that's just on the 1 minute chart. Look at the 3 minute. 3 minutes it's even more clear. It starts riding below the 8 and the 200 or the 20, well below the 200. So this could have been a set it and forget it trade. Keep it off to your side. Put your stops in, but we could have fucking let this thing sail all day. And same thing on the 10 minute. Look at the 10 minute, man. The 10 minute is even prettier than the 10 minute. It's coming into the market below both all the levels pretty much, except for even below VWAP. Um, it's coming in under the 200. It's coming under the 65. It's coming under the 8. It tapped the 8 a couple times. This would have been like this area had I been trading this area right here, specifically on the 10 minute. I probably would have thought 3 bar here to the upside, but also 65's there. We could have rejected off 65. Could have came back down, but the trend is underneath the 20 all fucking day long. Set it and forget it trade. This is a setup we missed. Some of us missed. I missed it for sure. We could have took that all day long and just banked on it. Anyways, enough talking. Just want to express my ideas on this trade, and this is more for me. And if you guys want to watch it, cool. But this setup works really, really freaking well. So hope you guys are. Hope I can help you with these guys. If you guys want this video I'm talking about, send me a DM. If you guys already have it, watch it again. I pretty much watch it every single night just so I can beat that shit in my head. So when I do see it, I can slap it and just let this shit ride. Tesla, this is a perfect set it and forget it trade. I wish I would have been in that one with size, but I didn't see it, and my eyes were focused elsewhere. But all right, guys. Again, enough talking. I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope we all can continue banking here, or at least get on a wave where we can bank going into next year. So, peace. Let's go. I'm F-R-E-S-H, yeah, ho. Your man got money, bitch, but I got more. Pimpin' is alive and it's doing so well.